I got my electric bill today and it was double what it was last month. And I immediately started to panic.
People who are flabbergasted that their electric bill is more this month.
Apparently everyone's electricity bills are going up all across the country, and it's not because people are using more electricity.
My electric bill came in today. $775.
My electric bill is $900.
$1,400 for a monthly energy bill. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. If it's getting that bad, I think we're further along than I thought we were.
Welcome to Real Talk, a channel dedicated to capturing the raw, unfiltered perspectives from everyday people. No commentary, no interruptions, just real people sharing their frustrations and opinion about the economy. My goal is simple: provide a space where you can hear authentic rants, opinions, and stories from all walks of life. So make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy the rest of the video.
Why is your light bill looking like a damn mortgage payment? Let's talk about it. So every month you're opening that envelope or that email that shows you that your electricity bill is climbing higher and higher. Now I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's not because you suddenly started running a nightclub in your living room. And it's not because you left the lights on for too long. It's because the system is charging you more for the exact same electricity you've been using all along. Rates in some places have jumped as much as 50%. Families are cutting back, running on only the bare minimum. No extra, no waste, and still getting hit with $400, $500, $600 or more electricity bills. That's not your fault, y'all. That is the system squeezing you dry. And see, this is the kicker. These utility companies are not run like utility companies anymore. Private equity has slid right on in, y'all, treating our lights and air conditioning like it's just another hustle for profit. So between your grocery bill, your electricity bill, your car insurance, every essential that you have to pay now is a cash grab for rich people. And you're just left broke, tired, and wondering how you're supposed to survive. But don't miss this part, y'all. This was just summer. We ain't even hit winter yet. So if you think you're tapped now, just wait until that cold come creeping in for winter. Because when the system is designed to just take, the bills only go in one direction, baby. And that is up. And let me tell you something. The machine is going to tell you its market rates and supply costs. No, that's a lie. It's about greed. And if you're not tired yet, just keep watching while billionaires line their pockets with your paycheck.
Donald Trump, Governor Murphy, the president of PSE&G, call me and explain to me why my electric bill is almost $200 more a month this year than it was last year. I thought we built like 1,000 miles worth of windmills in the ocean, killed a bunch of dolphins and whales to get cheaper electric. And this is what you're giving me? This is the best I got? This is it? A $713 electric bill? Here, I used $487 worth of electric and they charged me $228 to get that electric to my house. I can't go to another company and ask them to hook up, bro. I'm stuck with you, PSE&G. So $10 worth of gas, $30 to get that gas to my house. The New Jersey state, we spent of our hard-earned tax money $637 million to build these windmills to get cheaper electric. I ain't seen any cheaper electric. My bill just went up $200 a month every month for the past 3 months. So I can't wait for the wintertime to show you my gas delivery charge. It's 3 times the amount of I use. So I use $100 worth of gas. I get charged $300 to use that gas. So I don't know how like a grandma or a grandpa on a fixed income can support this or live off this, bro. $2,000 a month? That's all they're stuck with. They can't make any more money.
Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I have a bone to pick with Tico. My electric bill came in today. $775. Yeah. My house is less than 1,200 square feet. It's actually, yeah, it is. It's less than 1,200. I think it's 1,187 square feet. Yeah. $775. I keep my house at 78 degrees. 78 degrees. And it's going to be $775? That's actually crazy. So, if you haven't gotten your, electric bill yet, you live in Tampa, good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
My light bill already higher than giraffe's coochie. And you mean to tell me starting Monday in Texas, y'all want to raise it up even more? It's about to be real romantic in this house for the rest of the year. Because we ain't doing nothing but lighting candles. Sick of this shit.
Apparently everyone's electricity bills are going up all across the country, and it's not because people are using more electricity. In my opinion, it's just because they can, but it's because the grid itself is old and needs repairs, so they're basically having us pay for those repairs for the grid. That's out of date. And then on top of that, there are like these AI data centers that basically take up so much energy that it is putting strain on the grid, and then everyone has to eat the cost. On top of that, there's tariffs on natural gas. And then they passed a bill that makes cuts to clean energy. So like all of these things is going to make the electricity bills higher. And I think of that and it makes me wonder, like, what is it that makes these billionaires actually want all the money? Like, why do they actually need to hoard more wealth? Why does the, amount of money that we pay have to go up so significantly? And it feels like it's happening like rapidly right now. It feels like it's happening more rapidly than it's ever happened before. Like the prices are inflating, and I know that tariffs and basically a lot of things that the current administration is doing in regards to like executive orders, but it's just like, do they need like all of this money for a specific reason? Like they already have so much money and now everything's going up in price. So it's like they're honestly trying to make as much money as they can possibly make before a certain thing happens, because then they'll need to use their money for whatever happens next. But like we don't know what they're trying to get all of this money for, besides we just think they're hoarding wealth, which is what they're doing, but it's like, for what? And then the grid being weak already, like, and that going down, like, it's just too much is going into that right now. And then everyone's electricity bills are going up, and then they honestly want to criminalize being homeless. Like, but if people can't afford their bills, how are they gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's really seeming like a setup, if you're asking me.
I got my electric bill today and it was double what it was last month. And I immediately started to panic. I'm like, oh my gosh, why on earth? How on earth could this happen? Mind you, last month we used our AC pretty consistently. This billing period, we have not used our AC at all. It's been very cool in the Midwest. Immediately, I'm like anxious, stressed out. Is our bill about to start being a bunch of money every single month for no reason? Also, I've been seeing in the news where they're talking about how our electric company is planning to raise customers' rates even though they had record profits. And I'm immediately thinking about that. Would this literally double my bill? I'm like about to post in my neighborhood Facebook group. Like, did anybody else's bill do this? It literally just doesn't make any sense. And so I'm immediately logging in. I'm like looking through everything, starting to look at my bill from last month and compare it to this month and just go line by line, section by section. And then I see this. Yeah, so apparently I didn't pay my bill last month, which literally has never happened, probably since we've been in this house for 5 years. So it's just like, you know what? I remember looking at the end of the month where I usually pay the bills due by this month. I remember going through and checking my variable ones because those are the ones that I pay like manually. And I remember being like, okay, yeah, pretty sure everything's paid. I also remember having an extra $200 in my bill money account. So it all makes sense now. Electricity is still on. I don't know if that's because I'm never late or if it's because they give you like a month grace period. Literally, I could have had my electricity shut off, y'all. So not everybody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm thankful that electric is still good. And this was just the price of 2 months' bills, not one.
My electric bill is $900. Not 90. Like 90. No, my electric bill is $900. Are y'all cool? Y'all want people to start boycotting y'all for real. Everybody stop paying their bills right now. It's Black History Month and y'all playing in people's faces. We're not paying shit. Fuck you.
Let me give you a context of how expensive it is to live in New York. Our current electric bill for this month is $983.
Are anybody else's local Facebook groups just completely flooded with people who are flabbergasted that their electric bill is more this month? Like, it's summer! Yeah, they're gonna go up a bit. A little bit. And you're acting like This is a brand new concept that, you know, your AC is running nonstop, so the electric goes up. I mean, you're acting like this is new and not like a yearly occurrence. When it gets hot outside, your electric bill goes up. And buckle up, because in a few months, when it gets cold, like really cold outside, it's gonna go up too. Sorry to break the news. And these aren't like kids. They're not, you know, those early 20-somethings who maybe it's their first place. They didn't know. When you click on people's profiles, they're in like their 40s. And they're acting like this is a new concept and they haven't noticed the trend. And I get it. The electric company will raise their rates every few years, but it did it in our area this year. It's the same as what it was last year. So I don't understand. I don't understand. It happens every summer.
Is your electricity bill high? Well, you might have a data center being built near you. Let me tell you how this works with an example. PJM. It is one of the largest energy grids in America. Last year, they had a capacity auction, and this capacity auction broke records. So much so is that the prices went up by 800%. The goal of a capacity auction is to secure enough resources to meet future electricity demand. Now, when utility companies have a large demand, they pass on that cost to consumers through a supply charge. And data centers were responsible for more than 63% of energy cost. People are getting $900 over $1,000 more on their electricity bill due to these data centers using so much energy and us footing the cost. We are essentially supporting wealthy corporations create products that we do not benefit from. One of the solutions to this is having more power supply. But the problem is still going to persist even if we have a larger supply of power, because the current system is set up where we all pay for the energy usage. And this is the utility business model. Another charge that happens on your bill is called a delivery charge. This is basically a charge where utilities can set a rate, whatever the amount is, to recoup losses, or every dollar that they spent building. To further this, utility companies are cutting deals with big tech. And these deals are often hidden from the public. So we don't even know the rate that these big tech companies are expected to pay. So the concern here is that the data centers are underpaying and they're not actually covering their costs of construction, that the rest of us are actually covering its cost. An example of this is Meta cutting a deal with Louisiana, where the public has no idea what the deal of this agreement with Meta is for their data center construction. Have to remember that they are building AI not to benefit us as individuals. They are building it to have capital, to have more money. So we need to make sure that these data centers and these companies are paying for every bit of their construction. Maryland has recently fought back against this and even passed a state bill to combat this. And essentially the legislation is saying that these data centers do not fit into the current customer classes, where you have that customer and then the residential class. They don't fit because they use an exorbitant amount of energy. And so it's essentially creating a new customer class for larger loads. Now you can specifically charge that class rather than spreading it out to different classes that are not using the same amount of energy. If you appreciate this TikTok, be sure to follow me because I create content about the societal impact of AI.
My air conditioning bill went from $56 to $233 just because of this summer. So when I went away for 10 days, I left everything off, every single thing in here off. And I got home and my apartment was 86 degrees. Not only was it 86 degrees, it was like it was moist and disgusting. So when I walked in, what is going on? When I walked in, I started like kicking things and slamming doors and just making sure that if there was a roach hanging out around here, he knew I was back. I'm very happy to report though that nothing went running away. I will say though, if I didn't have things that I physically needed to be here for this week, I probably would not have come back for many more days. This heat just puts me in a bad mood. Like this morning, I went to get a coffee with Charlie, my dog, and a bagel. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like I haven't been back in the neighborhood for a while. We'll sit outside, we'll eat it. I sat down, 3 minutes later, I'm drenched in sweat. Like that's not enjoyable to me. It's honestly just crazy to me that people go to Florida for the winter because they don't want to be cold literally at all. Like they are just sweating all year round. Like people truly enjoy being hot. I'm not even sure why I'm putting on makeup right now, considering I have to get on the subway in 20 minutes and I'm just gonna be drenched.
If anybody else has rhythm, please let me know. Have y'all had a problem with an $862 electric bill? I have been with the same electric company for 4 years. I was with them in my 1-bedroom apartment, and we recently moved to a 2-bedroom apartment and been here for 2 months. And I've had them, right? Why I get an email talking about my bill is $862 for a 2-bedroom apartment. $862 is insane. That math ain't math and make it make sense, right? So I called them to see what was going on. Long story short, they trying to say because we've had colder weather. It's been cold, and basically I've been using more kilowatts. And I tell them that somebody I went over. I told them I go over on my kilowatts every month. If my bill has not been nowhere near $862. The most my bill has been in my 1-bedroom apartment was like 3 something, and that's still too high. You feel me? So $862 is insane, and they're trying to say they've been getting this problem a lot around February and March, and people are confused on why their bill is so high. I'm just trying to figure out, has anybody else had this problem? And then they tried to blame it on my apartment complex, saying maybe it's something with the unit or whatever. So I called my apartment complex, and they like, no, it's nothing with our unit. We haven't had any problems from the previous owners. And they was like saying, maybe you want to call Encore because they're the electricians. They are actually electricians. They can tell me more information. So I called Encore, and they telling me the same thing. I've used more kilowatts because of the weather. Whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. So basically, y'all, I can't get out of paying this $862, and I just feel like it's not right. It's not fair. It's not logical because there's no way I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment and my bill for a month is $862. Somebody please come on here and make that make sense to me because it's not.
Hey, Joe from Georgia. So, folks, the price for energy is going up, and it's because of some policies that are coming out of the White House. 5 Republican senators have sent a warn letter to the White House that if they did anything to affect the tax code that affected energy and electricity to the American families, there would be an additional burden. Because this bill that they will eventually have to get through is or write an executive order to get rid of the Biden era energy tax credits that was given to poorer people. That will end the lower income energy program. But that's not the only problem with it. It's also going to increase every one of us. It's going to increase ours. We're going to see our bills go up. And this is all due to another thing that we're doing in the United States. We're exporting more natural gas than ever. And that is because the falling value of the United States dollar in world markets is making our natural resources cheaper for other countries to buy than produce them themselves. So we need to make sure that we're keeping our eye on the ball because we're going to end up paying for it as usual.
Hey y'all. So I don't know if we're just not talking about it or what, but what the fuck is up with Pepco? Like, this the third month in a row I didn't open my bill and almost fell on the fucking floor. It ain't no new lights. It ain't no new nothing. But the bill I just opened was fucking $1,072. Now, I didn't have no Christmas lights. It started going up in December. And we've been here 4 years, almost 5 years. We've been averaging about $400 and something a month. The whole house is electric. We don't have gas. Okay. So $400 a month. We done had a band play here. We done blew up moon bounces out front. We done plugged up a Tesla and ain't never seen numbers like these. Yes, I have on the Versace road, but I would like to have another one, and I can't fucking get one because Pepco's taking all my money. It's making me sick to my stomach. I need an explanation. They told me one time to have the people come out to do an evaluation. You know, see if we leaking electricity or whatever. Then people like, oh yeah, your attic, you might need some insulation, blah, 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 blah. Even since they came out and I didn't get them $4,000, my bill still was normal. So I'm just saying all this to say, I know that I'm not the only one going through this. But we need to speak out because at these rates, when it's time to kick that AC on, we're going to have to get a tenant or something. This is too much. Matter of fact, I can't even afford to continue to talk to y'all unnecessarily with the motherfucking light on. Okay? So anybody else having any Pepco problems or y'all got some tips, tricks, or whatever on how y'all been keeping y'all bill down? Please DM me. Please. Good night. Oh, what's that little light on over there? What the fuck is that? That's getting unplugged too. What is it?
National Grid customers, listen up. I have some bad news. If you think your energy bill is high now, it's only going to get higher starting next month. The state just approved a 3-year rate plan for National Grid. So starting September, you can expect to pay $14 more a month for electricity and $8 more a month for gas. And these aren't just one-time hikes. Increases are set to follow the next 2 years. So by the end of 2028, it's estimated that you could be paying $600 more a year for your energy bill.
My electric bill is $314.89. See, if you don't believe me, $314.89. That's crazy. Is anybody else's electric bill that high? This is the highest one we've had this year. And I remember in the summers when it used to be $150, and I thought that was crazy high. Now it's $314. Why? Why is it so expensive? We do live in Kentucky, so it does get really, really hot here. But like I said, our bills have never been over $300 like they are now. We leave our air conditioning on 73 pretty much 24/7. So I don't think that's super, super low or anything. We don't have like a pool or a hot tub, although I would love a hot tub. We don't have anything like that we run. We just have a regular house. It is 2 stories, so we do have 2 units, air conditioning units. But, you know, our house is only 2,400 square feet about. $314.89. To me, that is way too expensive. How much was your electric bill this month, if you don't mind sharing?
I have to put my glasses on for this one. $1,400 for a monthly energy bill. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. I've only seen a handful of energy bills that high in my entire career. If it's getting that bad, I think we're further along than I thought we were. Man, if any of you out there are spending $1,400, even if it's only a month or 2 in summer for your energy, you have to take control of that now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the energy bills that we're paying right now are the lowest they will ever be. They are increasing exponentially, especially if you're using a lot of power like that. There are options, there's local funding programs, there's energy efficiency upgrades, there's so much that you can do to drop the price that you're paying for it and buy less power from the utility company, but still use the same amount of power in your house. I know it sounds confusing, and sometimes it is. Feel free to reach out. As usual, everybody, shoot me a follow, comment what your energy bill is. I'm here to help.